Hello everyone, this is INSEverett, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up OBS Studio to show, during your Twitch stream, alert boxes, event lists of those alerts, and your chat so that you can see your chat. Also, I'll kind of briefly go over donations, just showing you where they're at. I don't really set those up, so you'll have to kind of figure those out a little bit, but they're going to be very similar to how you set up an alert box or an event list. So, let's get started with this tutorial. Okay, so first things first, we're wanting to go to streamlabs.com. I will have this linked in the description for you so that you can just click on that and go straight there. It'll open up in a new tab, hopefully, if you know what you're doing. And then you'll log in. Now, I'm already logged in, so it doesn't ask for any information, but essentially it'll ask you for your Steam, or not, it'll ask you for your Twitch identification, log you in that way. And it'll bring you up to a dashboard like this, kind of showing what's happened in the past couple months, and things like that, recent events. Now, this isn't what we're wanting to focus on. We're wanting to go to, under Stream Widgets, we're going to want to go to Alert Boxes. The Alert Boxes will kind of bring up this menu. And under here, we are going to ignore all this top stuff, but we're going to go down to Alert Settings. So under Alert Settings, this has a bunch of stuff you can change. So I guess just change it to whatever you want. There's a lot to change. Well, not a lot to change here, so it's not too big of a deal. It's basically background color, alert delays, the mods delays so that they can see them before the people who are chatting, and then obviously the layout. Now, follows are going to be a big deal. This is what you're going to be actually working on. So you'll come in here, and you'll either enable it or disable it. Most people are going to have these enabled. And you're going to pick your layout, and then you're going to pick your alert animation and your fade out animations, so like your ins and outs. And then under your message templates, you have a basic setup of your name, the name of the person, and then whatever your message is afterwards. So, thanks for following. I think the default is now following, and it's just one of those things where you can change it to whatever you want. Just make sure you have this base part of name in brackets. So then you can change your text animation, so when it brings it up, it's like, so-and-so subscribed, text animation. And then you can put in an image, custom images, and if you don't have any of your own, they have their stock files that you can just click on, so images, and you can just pick one from what they have. Same with sounds. If you don't have your own sound, you can go to their stock files and sounds and just put those in and select those, and then you can adjust your sound volume based off of that. And then you can adjust your duration of the alert, so 5 seconds, or I think it goes all the way up to a minute, and then all the way down to 2 seconds. So 5 seconds is what I have this set to. That's where it's going to stay. And then you can alert text delay, so give it a little bit of time before it comes in, but you don't have to, it's up to you. And then your font settings, you can change these to whatever you want, whether it be Roboto or, clicked on it. Don't ever click on things. These things, they don't really do anything. They just take you back to the beginning. So then you can click on it and it'll show you popular fonts. And then if you want to find more fonts, you can go to google.com/fonts, and that has a list of fonts that you can use on Google Chrome, Edge, all those things. I do know that if you have Google Chrome, anything that's listed in this font section will show up no matter what. So it comes up and it'll show. In your case, it's just a stream, so it'll show no matter what. It's just your fonts. So then you can change your font size. I probably say anywhere from 40 to 50 is a good font size. And then your font weight is how thick that font's going to be. So 300 is going to be pretty thin. 800 is going to be decently thick. I mean, just depends on what you want. And then you can change your text color and the highlight background. So that's basics of that. Then you'll save settings. I always suggest saving settings after every time you do something, and then go on to the next one. So then, similar setup, you do the same thing, you just set everything up. In this one, the only difference is resub messaging and text to speech. So these two are the only different setups, and those are, if you want them to show a resub message, you would put that in, and then allow Twitch emotes, things like that. So these will just allow you to see when someone resubs and leaves a message for you. And you can make it talk. I don't have that enabled, so it's disabled. So you'll do save settings. Then you'll go on to donations. And similar setup. Only difference is now you're dealing with money, so you can make a minimum amount to alert you. So if you have people donating hundreds of dollars, or only like $1, and they keep getting an alert, like they just spam $1, you could set this up to $5. So now that anyone spamming under $5 can't be seen until they donate at least $5, and not many people want to spam $5 because that's a lot of money. But similar, just keep doing that. Set it to whatever you want. And then your message template will be similar to when someone follows or anything like that, name, donated, and then this one's slightly different as it tells you the amount that they donated. So make sure that's still in there. And then you can change these, sound volume, whatever you want to set it to. And then you can show the donator's message, and you're good to go. I mean, font settings are always going to be the same. You can set those to whatever you want. And then hosts, this one you can set a viewer minimum. That's the only difference here. And also you can set, the name of the host, or the name of the hoster. Is it the hoster? The people who are hosting you. I don't know how you'd say that. And then the number of viewers who are viewing it from theirs. And then you can set a minimum. I have a minimum of 5 so that it shows up when there's at least 5 people viewing that. And then you can set up duration, how long, and then font. And then save. And then bits, similar to donations, just instead of that, it's now bits, and you can just do the same thing. And obviously when you donate certain amounts, you can edit how these work, so what it looks like and how long duration is. So these are just, if you don't want to worry about it, you can just leave it as default. That's usually a good thing to leave it at. So then you save. Once it's saved, we now can go to our OBS Studio. So now in OBS Studio, we are going to go to a new profile, and we're going to call this Twitch copy, as I already have a Twitch one, so I'm just going to call this a copy one. We're going to go new scene collection. We're going to call this Twitch C, meaning for copy. Why do I keep pressing C before H, or H before C? Oh, I keep doing it. So then you click enter, and now I'm going to change this to just Twitch, so that I know it's the Twitch stream. And we're going to go to add, and 1, 2, 3 down is going to be browser source. Under browser source, we're going to click, well, I'm going to call this one alert box, so that we know this is the alert box. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to, if it doesn't highlight like this, you can drag across like that, and then you're going to click Control C, come over here, highlight this, Control V, and or you can do the right click copy, right click paste, however you want to do it. That's how I do it, is Control C, Control V, a lot faster. And now you can test your alert box by clicking Test Follow Alert. Now that's pretty big. I don't like it that big, so I'm going to drag it down to about yay big. And you can test it. There we go. And you can obviously hear the sounds as it's coming up, so. Alright! Alright! So those are just all the different, sounds and things like that that come up. So it's just one of those things where you see it, or it's seen on the stream, but you're obviously hearing it as well, so that you can see that what's going on. So then you will then come over here, and if you're going to have a donation, this is where I don't know too much about it. So a donation is, obviously this is going to be a goal. It's going to have it set up to a standard of whatever you want, and you're going to save settings, copy and paste this, I'm pretty sure is how it works. So then stream labels, don't know too much about. Donation ticker, this will just tell you the name of the person, how much they donated, and similar settings to donation goal. So this is what we really want, is a chat box. So over here in our chat box area, we can select what badges are going to be shown, what emotes are going to be shown, and then you can change your background color to whatever color you want. I have it set to an orangish color, and then you can change your text color to whatever you want as well. And you can also change your theme. So if you don't want to have it Twitch, you can have it chunky, or you can have it clean, you can have it boxed. I like the Twitch. It's just the nicest. So to me, it's the nicest. So then we change text color. Then you can change the text size. I have it set to 42. I find that to be a decent size, not too big, not too small. You can set it anywhere from 40 to 50 is what I suggest. It'll be about the right size if you have it in there. You can have it always showing messages. Really good if you're having a Twitch stream where you're not playing games, you're just talking to the chat. You can also have it hide message. So when you're hiding messages, you can have it set all the way up to 300 seconds to hide. I have mine set to 15. I think the minimum is 1, yeah. So 15. You know what? I'll just set it to 10. I don't know. No, it won't let me change it that way. Darn. They really need to add that. Because now I have to finick with it. There we go. 15 seconds. So then you'll go in and you can hide it. Common chat bots, so bots that usually, say something in your chat, you can hide those so that's not showing up in your stream. And then you can obviously mute chatters. And then you'll save the settings. Come over here. Copy this. Control C. Come over here. Create a new browser source. We're going to call this chat. And then you're just going to highlight that. Control V. And there you are. And I like this in the lower right corner. And a good way to test if it's working is to go into Twitch. Go down to your channel up in the corner. And then just type in a message. So, I always do that. Hey. And then we'll send it. There we are. Now it's on the Twitch chat on your stream. So that's what it's going to look like. And you know it's working, so you're good to go. Now we're going to set up an event list. This is pretty simple. Similar settings. You just go down, change what you want to have enabled. You can change the background. There's a lot you can do with it. And you can change the theme color, so the background, or the theme of it. So I like it to be a bit of a darker color like that. I usually would go black, but it starts to fade into itself. So then you have all these different settings as well. And this is background and text color. So you can change this to whatever you want. You can change the animations, animation speeds, and I don't know what these do, but they're just other options if you want to mess with them. Then you'll save, add, and we're going to do browser source. And this one's going to be events. Oh, whoops. Events. There we go. And then we're going to copy this guy. Oh, there we go. Copy. Control C. Paste. Control V. Okay. And now anytime anything happens, it shows up at the top. Mine's set to a minimum of 4. Alright! It says down here. And you can set this all the way to 10. All the way down to 1. So, 4. Come on, there we go. And that's it. That is how you set up your sources. Now, if you want to set up your stream for streaming, so say I wanted to capture my display right here. Then I would capture my display, click OK, and as it's capturing, it's now, you should be able to see your events, right? The noise is going, but you aren't seeing the event. Why isn't it showing up? Down here, your display is over everything else. So you want to make sure that whatever you're recording is going to be underneath. So when you click, when someone does do something, it shows up on stream. Now, this will happen, quite often where you'll forget that you have to do that. So just remember, if you aren't seeing it, you probably have it underneath everything, and it does it no matter what you add. So game capture, it will go over it whenever you have a game, so you want to move it to the bottom. So just move whatever you're using to the bottom. That'll be your best bet. It's usually what will fix most problems. I guess that's it. That's the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.